Hey guys, welcome back. This week I have a lettering video to share with you guys. A lot of you guys in my last video requested for this, and honestly, I'm not the best at lettering and I cannot teach for my life. I don't really have any tips and tricks. I can show you. This is what my lettering looked like a year ago. It says major design time, and as you can tell, it is, decent, but I was able to improve and get to this stage just by lettering in my planner basically every single week. For the materials, you really don't need anything too fancy. Here I just have some graph paper, but you can use obviously any type of paper you want. For the most basic lettering that I'm going to show you guys, you just need some sort of pen. I prefer gel pen, so this is the Papermate Inkjoy 0.7 millimeter pen. For the brush lettering, I prefer the Tombow Fudenosuke pens, and this is the hard tip, which is perfect for smaller scale lettering, and their soft tip is better for larger scale. So to start off, I am going to show you guys my most basic bounce lettering, and with this lettering you can use any pen or pencil that you have. I do have some variations which I will show you guys.
City of stars, are you shining just for me? City of stars, there's so much that I can't see. Who knows? I felt it from the first embrace, but shared it with you. That now our dreams finally come true. City of stars, just one thing everybody wants. Live in the bars, and through the smokes we know the crowd restaurants. It's love, yes, all we're looking for is love from someone else. A rush, a glance, a touch, a dance, to look in somebody's eyes, to light up the skies, to open the world and send them a voice that says.
So I did mess up a little bit at the end here. I was getting close to my tripod, so I'm going to redo the last section just so I'm satisfied with how it looks.
All that I need is this crazy feeling, that rat-tat-tat on my heart. Think I wanted to say, city of stars, are you shining just for me?
Okay, that is much better. So that was my real-time pace. It's actually a little bit slower than how I would normally go, but hopefully that kind of gives you guys an idea of how I normally letter. Moving down a bit, I will be using the Tombow Fudenosuke pens to do my more fancier calligraphy, I guess. The only thing that's different from what I'm about to show you and what I did here is that the downstroke is going to have more pressure and the upstrokes will be sort of like a hairline, and it just looks a lot better. So I'm going to start with the lowercase again.
Loving can hurt. Loving can hurt sometimes, but it's the only thing that I know. When it gets hard, you know it can get hard sometimes. It is the only thing that makes us feel alive. Keep this love in a photograph.
So that is the lowercase, but with the added pressure on the downstrokes. Some, I guess, things to note is that with my brush pen, I tend to make a little blob at the end of the hairlines, and I think it just makes it look a little better, especially with the T. I love adding the extra little thickness. The next font that I'm going to show you guys is still with this brush pen. You can do it with your regular gel pen. I'll show you guys some examples, but this is basically if you do not enjoy doing all this cursive, but you still want to make your lettering look a little fancy. This is what I like to call my skinny but tall font. So you still do the thick downstroke and everything else is a thin stroke. For the B, I like to make the top a little bigger. It just makes it look kind of cute.
To me, I won't ever let you go. Wait for me to come home. 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 So you can fit me inside the necklace you got when you were 16. Next to your heartbeat where I should be. Keep it deep within your soul. And if you hurt me, that's okay, baby. Only words bleed inside these pages. You just hold to me. I won't ever let you go.
So I did a little smudge there, but this is basically what it looks like. Normally when I use this font, I don't make them all uniformly the same height. It just adds a different sort of character to them. So that is an option for you guys if you're not comfortable with this sort of lettering. If you want to achieve the same look but with a pen, you don't have a brush pen or anything, you definitely can. I'm going to show you guys some examples. So the first way you can do it is just write it out as usual. Another option would be to add a little bit of thickness. So instead of like where the thick lines would go, you just draw a little rectangle and it gives sort of the same effect, but it just looks a little more doodly. So after you have this, what you can also do is add a little bit of variation. So I'm going to leave the A as is. For the B, what you can do is draw a line and fill in the top half. For the C, you can do little stripes. I think that looks kind of cute. You can also fill in the bottom half to give it some variation. And you can also do like squiggles. There's a lot of things you can do with the gel pen, and that's what I love about it. So you can practice the alphabet 20 million times, but you should be able to know how to apply it in order to make your lettering look really good. So in the leftover space, I'm going to do some phrases, connecting the words, and mixing and matching the fonts.
TV, sunset shit done change. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was young, they said I wouldn't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hating say we changed, and look, we made it. Yeah, we made it. They were never friendly, yeah. Now I'm jumping out the Bentley, yeah. And I know it's been dramatic, yeah. But I know how to have it, yeah. bitch, yeah. I be itching like an addict, yeah. I'm surrounded by 20 bad bitch, yeah. But they didn't know me last year, yeah. Everyone wanna act like they important.
As you can tell, I use several different heights for the skinny font. It just gives a playful sort of look.
Oh, that mean nothing when I saw my dog, yeah. Everyone counting on me, drop the ball, yeah. Everything custom like I'm at the border, yeah, yeah. If you fuck with winning, put your lighters to the sky. How could I make sense when I got millions on my mind? Coming with that bullshit, I just put it to the side. Falling since a baby, they could see it in my eyes. Man, I just wanna go flex, gold on my teeth and on my neck. And I'm stone cold with the flex with my squad, and I'm smoking up a check. Man, I just wanna go flex, gold on my teeth and on my neck. And I'm stone cold with the flex with my squad, and I'm smoking up a check. Knowing all of this just don't make a difference. I'm just talking shit to the one that will listen. I come with the heat, man, I'm swear I'm never missing. And I'm still the same, and I'm swear I'm never switching. Knowing all of this just don't make a difference. I'm just talking shit to the one that will listen. I come with the heat, man, I'm swear I'm never missing. And I'm still the same, and I'm swear I'm never switching.
I dive in the frozen waves where the past comes back to life. Fight fear for the selfish pain, it was worth it every time. Hold still right before we crash, 'cause we both know how this ends. A clock ticks till it breaks your glass, and I drown in you again.
So I just noticed I spelled variation wrong. This often happens when I am lettering because I'm just so focused and in the zone. The last thing that I want to show you guys before I end this off is showing you guys how to use a pencil to achieve a really pretty lettering effect. Now, I usually only use pencil for sketching, but if a pencil is all that's available to you, then why not use it?
You are the piece of me I wish I didn't need. Chasing relentlessly, I still fight and I don't know why. If our love is tragedy, why are you my remedy? If our love's insanity, why are you my clarity? Walk on through a red parade and refuse to make amends. It cuts deep through our ground and makes us forget all common sense.
So hopefully that gave you guys sort of an overview of my process, and hopefully it helped you guys a bit. But if you guys have any other questions, definitely let me know in the comments down below and I will try to answer them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.